look at a straightforward one here. So write this down, boys and girls. That's all of you, without any exception. 6 to the power of 4 times 6 to the power of 8. These two numbers have the same base. The base is the big number. So when you multiply, you add the powers. So the simplified version of this is 6 to the power of 4 plus 8, that is 6 to the power of 14. The instruction would have been, at the beginning, simplify. Example 2. Now, when we multiplied, we added the powers. What about when we divide? Here you go. 15 to the power of 12 divided by 15 to the power of 4. When we divide, and this also has to be true, and the bases are the same, then you subtract. So the simplified version of that is going to be 15 to the power of 12, take away 4. That is 15 to the power of 8. And most of you can remember that. There's one other one that does get forgotten. I said no questions, so I don't really know why I'm having to repeat myself.
16. That's supposed to 16. Question 1.
True. In the context, that was very clear, wasn't it? Right, now, what about when some brackets appear? Here you go. Now, I'm going to use what's true for numbers is true also for letters. Here we go. X to the power of 3, all raised to the power of 4. Here's the explanation, which you can quite happily forget after this. That's another way of writing this. X to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3. And that took a while when it was just the power of 4, so you can imagine we get higher powers there. And we know from example 1 that you add them. The simplified version of this is going to be x to the power of 12. But the easy way of doing it is to just multiply this power times that one there. 3 times 4, there's our x to the power of 12. Right, now, we're doing the higher course. So let's have a look how they can complicate this by throwing in negatives and a bit more. Just 2 more examples you can work on your own. 17 to the power of 5 times 17 to the power of minus 3, all divided by 17 to the power of 4. There are some hidden brackets here, boys and girls. So we work out the top first. Now remember, when you multiply, you add the powers. 5 added to minus 3 is the same as 5 take away 3. So it's 2. So this is 17 to the power of 2. So do it in stages. Divided by 17 to the power of 4. And when you divide, you subtract. 2 take away 4 is minus 2. And our last example, here we go. I'll use letters again, because they stand basically for any number. Here's where they're really trying to catch you out. This question here really has got precious little to do with powers and more to do with negative numbers. Right, first things first, you would work out the bracket. Now remember, when you have a bracket situation like this, you multiply those two. So I'm going to rewrite the top without the brackets as m to the minus 2 times m minus 3 times 4 is minus 12. Now, when you multiply, you add the powers. Minus 12, minus 2 minus 8, added to minus 12 is minus 14. It becomes even more minus. So we've got m to the minus 14 divided by m to the power of minus 5. So this is the calculation I've got to do in my head. When you divide, you subtract. So I'm doing this calculation. Minus 14, take away minus 5. Mentally, I'll remember that those two with nothing in between are the same as plus. Minus 14, add 5 is minus 9. So the final answer is m to the minus 9. Okay.